I have one question. Where's the mustache?
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
He still has to grow it out.
That's right, man.
Do you have I know there's a Series 5. Was there roughly a time period in mind for when the mustache could be introduced?
I think the mustache really has to. I think I've got to earn that, and I think that's got to come at the end of, towards the end of the show, if we're lucky enough to have a good long run. Right now, he's just a rookie detective, so I think he's got a good long ways. And to be honest with you, I don't think the mustache on a gentleman of my age, the mustache alone, is a great look right now. So I can do it. I can grow it. But I think we'll earn that later in the run.
It's a really funny thing. Like you were Batman in Batman Year 1. Now you're Jim Gordon in Year 1. So it's like, do you talk to yourself? It's weird stuff like Batman.
I talk to myself, but not in those characters. Yeah. It is. It's funny, man. It's a small world. Did this. Bryan Cranston was Gordon. Then I played Gordon on Gotham, and Bryan.
Batman?
I know, right?
Bryan won the Tony in a play that my uncle wrote on Broadway just now. My uncle wrote All the Way that Bryan just won the Tony for. So it's just funny. It's none of it's planned. It just all happened. I've worked for Warner Brothers for my whole career, so Warner Brothers obviously works with DC, so maybe that had something to do with it. But it's really helped me, I think, to refamiliarize myself with the whole mythology and the comics and all of it as an adult. To have done Year 1 and to read Year 1 again as an adult and understand it on a deeper level.
Speaking of which, what comics did you read to go to for inspiration and research for comics?
Well, Gotham Central. There you go. Batman Year 1. Obviously, I'd already read that. Jeff Johns also sent me Long Halloween. David Massouz just gave me Gordon Gotham, which is awesome. There's a ton of stuff. The thing is, though, and I love everything he said. I loved. But they are all different. They all represent. They all show. None of them show Rookie Detective, or maybe one, but that one is a different version where he's in Chicago. So we're really free to interpret it as we see fit, because there isn't. Certainly on screen, he's never been seen this time in his life.
So what is the basis of inventing his young son?
It's a thrill, man. It's a real thrill. We're working with just incredible people, not only DC, but our writers, and Bruno Heller, executive producer, is just a mad scientist at play. And so it's really fun to interpret it and to go back to the roots. And in our story, which I think is really smart, what Bruno's done is he's made his morality very specific and rigid, because he's a military veteran, because he's a war hero. He has a real warrior's mentality, and he's going to get into Gotham. He's going to try to clean it up, and then he quickly realizes that he might be in over his head.
Well,
one of my favorite scenes from the show so far is the montage in the first episode with you and Bullock, where it shows you going around. What is it like shooting the action-oriented scenes in that show? Is it a lot of fun? How does it work?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we're for a lot of it we're outside on location in New York. Some of it we shoot in the studio, but a lot of it we shoot outside. It's really thrilling to run along rooftops in Dumbo, looking back over at Manhattan, or chase people down alleys. It feels like being a kid again.
It's really cool. What is it like working as Gordon with Bruce Wayne? Because he's been phenomenal so far, also on the show. And the interactions in those scenes are just crazy, between the two of you.
Yeah, David Massouz is just a really good actor. He's a really good actor. He listens. He's really smart. And it's funny, whenever you say the name Bruce Wayne in a scene, it has a certain weight to it. It's really fun.
Quick question. Danny was talking earlier about the dynamic between Jim Gordon and Harvey Dibbley's introduced later in this season, and how you two do not know each other. and dealing. Could you talk a little bit about how that's going to develop, and considering you're now going to trust maybe crusading people as much in Gotham City after the last few episodes?
Yeah. I mean, they definitely. It's kind of hard to condense it into one soundbite, but they you know, they're learning from each other, whether they want to or not, begrudgingly learning from each other. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Jim is learning that the morally correct decision is not always the right decision. Letting Oswald live is going to come back to him in tomorrow's episode to bite him in the ass, and effectively Jim is morally responsible for the creation of a supervillain in Penguin. And then of course he's got to hide the secret that he didn't kill Penguin from Bullet. Eventually, that can't last. So that'll cause more conflict between the two of them. But they're learning from each other as they go. Jim's learning what it takes to actually get things done. Harvey's learning that there is hope. It doesn't have to be so cynical as to the city's not beyond repair if you don't believe it's beyond repair. If you actually believe in something, you can get things done.
Is he going to be learning from Harvey Dent as well?
Yes, he will. We just started shooting that stuff, and it's cool because Harvey's just an assistant district attorney at this stage of our story, and much more sort of idealistic than later versions of him. So yeah, they form a team of sorts.
Thank you guys. I'll be doing it. Thank you. Sorry.